Okay, very good. All right. Well, Angela, let me just get myself set up here. All right. When you are set, I am ready.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Angela Ibarra, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about setting a bedtime. So to start off, I asked two people at my job who work 3:30 in the morning to 11 a.m. morning shifts. And so after their shift, I asked two people how they felt. And so one person told me that and I also asked how they, like what time they set a bedtime. She said she likes to go to bed around 7 p.m. the night before, and her alarm goes off at 2:30 in the morning. And I asked her, and she said she felt, and I quote, ready to go run errands and to see her son. And she just seemed pretty nice. I mean, she seemed happy, and I was like, okay, that works. So then I asked another girl, and she said she doesn't really like going to bed early. So she likes to go to bed late and then work and then go home and take a long nap. So she said sometimes she'll fall asleep at 2 and her alarm will go off at 2:30. And she said, and I quote, I felt exhausted, ready for a nap, and annoyed. And let me tell you that her attitude did seem like that. Today, I ask that you guys just listen in because I just want you guys to realize the importance of getting the right amount of sleep and making sure that your body is well rested. I've done lots of research, like I said, to understand myself why we need sleep and what goes into it. And then I also have a work schedule that requires me to go in at 3:30 in the morning. So I've learned the hard way, not getting enough sleep, and then I've learned what it's like to get enough sleep. Today, I'm going to be talking about three things. The first one's going to be the problem, which is people not getting enough sleep, some things that can cause this, and then my solution, which would be setting a bedtime. So to start off, it would be the problem. With an insufficient amount of sleep, things like health issues and sleep deprivation can become an issue. In an article I read titled One in Three Adults Don't Get Enough Sleep, it says more than a third of American adults are not getting enough sleep on a regular basis, according to a new study in the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And this was posted in 2016 by the CDC. So, getting less than 7 hours of sleep on a regular basis can eventually lead to health consequences, maybe even sleep deprivation. So, it's important for adults, the average amount of sleep suggested should be 7 to 9 hours. So, it's important that you're at least trying to get at least 7 hours, if not nine, if you can. So, I just kind of want to touch on why getting enough sleep is important. A lot of times people can be like, oh, well, I'll feel fine. I'll take a nap later. And like, yeah, taking naps is cool, but it's the longer amount of sleep that you get that's important because your body does go into different stages of sleep and deep sleep. So that's important as well. In a psychology book that I'm actually reading for my psychology class, and one of the chapters talks about sleep. It says it is generally has been suggested that most adults require 7 to 9 hours of sleep during each 24-hour period in order to function well. It also says it appears the optimal amount of sleep in a single night for adults, regardless of age, is 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep to perform their best. And this book was written by Sandra Cincerelli and Nolan White. And like I said, it's in chapter 4 that talks about sleep. So they're basically saying, kind of proves my point right there, that getting enough sleep is important. Not only that, but getting sleep also improves a lot of different things. These things could be stress, it could be memory, it could be lowering your blood pressure because when you are asleep, you're relaxing, so that helps. It also helps with fighting infection. So your body produces extra protein molecules that strengthen your ability to fight infections. Not only that, but it puts you in a better mood. You notice when you're tired, you feel grumpy. In an article posted by Harvard Medical School says people who constantly get less than 6 hours of sleep nightly face a higher risk of heart disease as well as other co-occurring conditions such as diabetes and obesity. So it's saying that, if you're not getting enough sleep, this could possibly be something that can happen. And this was posted by the Harvard Heart Letter in 2019. So now that I talked about the problem, I would like to talk about things that can cause this. So it's going to be three things. It's going to be your health issues, lifestyle, and it could be maybe that you're used to a bad sleep schedule. So to touch on health issues, there's a lot of things that a lot of issues that people could have that make it really hard for them to go to sleep. To list some of them off, it could be cancer, depression, schizophrenia, chronic pain syndrome, heart disease, stroke, even Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's are a really big issue, and these are all terrible things, and sometimes it just results to not getting enough sleep too, that just makes it more worse than it already is. Um, this is another big thing. It could be your lifestyle. A lot of people say like, oh, I can't get enough sleep. I have work or I have too much school, even like playing video games and going on social media, like watching TV, all those things like prevent people from going to bed a lot of times. To touch on social media, because it is a really big thing these days. In an article titled, Why Are We So Tired? It says studies show that the more time you spend staring at a screen, the more likely you are to stay up late and sleep less. One reason is that the tech-related activities get your mind revved up, making it harder to relax. So that's basically saying like, if you're on the TV, if you're on your phone, like it can end up making it more difficult for you to go to bed. The last point here that could probably be a cause would be that you're used to a bad sleep schedule. Somebody who goes to work and gets out late or gets out at different times, it could be hard for them to set a sleep schedule. So that's what they're just used to having a bad one. Or even just going to school, being in college, like a lot of people like take a lot of classes and it can be overwhelming and they're just staying up late some nights and not on some nights. And that could just be an issue. So now that we've talked about things that can cause not getting enough sleep, I would like to talk about a solution. So my solution would be setting a bedtime. Setting a bedtime can work because it helps the amount of sleep you get and make sure that you're getting enough. This can also work for someone who finds themselves staying up on social media or watching TV. It can kind of remind them like, oh man, like I got to go to bed, I need to get some rest, which I know is unrealistic, but you could try it. Another thing could be people are cutting the hours of sleep they need every day. So setting a bedtime could help the amount that they need structure it more. Next, I want to talk about how you can start a bedtime. So first, decide what time would be best for you. For example, someone who doesn't get out of work till 12 a.m. could say, you know what, like, okay, I'm home and usually laying in bed around 12:45. So maybe they'll set their bedtime for 1, and then they'll calculate like, okay, I know I need like 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Let's meet in the middle and say 8. So then they'll set their bedtime from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. Now, it doesn't have to be exact. I understand that, but it kind of like gives you some structure. For someone who doesn't have like set hours at work, maybe if you get out at 10 on some nights or 12 at some nights, like maybe you can average the middle ground and it makes your window a lot smaller. Like I said, it's better than not having no bedtime. So after picking your time, you're going to want to set an alarm. Now, not only for waking up, for reminding you it's time for bed, because let me tell you, I know it's easy if you're watching Netflix or on TikTok. Everybody's on TikTok now to get lost of time. And the next thing you know, you're like, oh, shoot, I should have been in bed an hour and a half ago. So after setting your alarm, next is going to be winding down. And if you're someone who struggles with insomnia, some things that could help would be taking a hot shower. The warm water relaxes the muscles and calms your body, so that could also help. Try not eating so heavy or too close to your bedtime. Having a full stomach means that your metabolism is at work, and having a full stomach along with your metabolism working could just bring discomfort and maybe not help you go to bed so easily. The next thing would be exercising. In an article titled 7 Top Tips to Tackle Insomnia Naturally, it says regular exercise is extremely important for insomnia. You don't need to work out extensively. A brisk 20-minute walk would also suffice. And this was put out in 2017 by Ohana Muskin. So after exercising, you could even try practicing relaxation, which personally I like. In an article reviewed by Alana Biggers, MD, titled 12 Ways to Fix Your Sleep Schedule, it says creating a relaxing bedtime ritual may reduce stress and its negative effects on sleep. So you can try yoga, you can try stretching, maybe even practicing your breathing, or maybe meditation if that's something that you like. So after I talked about that, I just kind of want to talk about why it's important for you. A lot of you guys might say like, oh my gosh, I don't need to set a bedtime, I'm fine. But if you're someone who finds that they're moody in the morning, or they're feeling tired, or they're stressed, and you're probably not getting the right amount of sleep, maybe setting a bedtime could help you. What's the harm in trying? Maybe it does help you, and maybe it doesn't, and you find that you like the way your schedule is now, that's fine too. So I did all my points. I just hope that after hearing this, you guys will understand how important it is to make sure you're getting the right amount of sleep, and maybe you can give it a try sometime. That's it.
Thanks, Angel. Thank you, Angela. Really well done. I liked your nice delivery, conversational style of delivery. Watch the use of the word like. However, there were a few times where it sort of was noticeable or became excessive, so be careful about that. Generally speaking, I really thought the structure of your speech worked well. I like the organizational strategy of problem, cause, solution. That worked well. So we don't have to necessarily just